Hey there, Virgo. This is Chronic Joy Tarot, and we're going to do your current soul guidance for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or anyone who's drawn really to this video. The message is definitely for you. I've been away for a while, and I'm glad to be back. Everything's fine. I'm super busy. My work is tied to tax season and financials, and ended the end of last year, and then of course the start of this year with tax season kicking off. It's just been super busy on top of the kids and the schedule and all that. So here we are. I'm back. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. Welcome. And please know that these readings are intuitive readings. They're not psychic. They don't throw out predictions or talk about other people or, this stranger's going to come into your life. It's not more about that as it is about your own soul, your growth. It's intuitive. It starts with you. And we talk about an aspect of yourself with each reading that you can focus on and develop to move on to new levels of awareness. Okay? Expansion of your own soul. So that's where we are. I pull an oracle card every reading in order to give us guidance as to what to focus on. And for you, dear Virgos, this time I pulled the tree card. This deck is from Earth Magic, and it's actually the artwork that's on the back of all the cards. It's a beautiful deck of cards, and this tree card we're talking about getting grounded. So because you're an earth sign, I really like that I pulled this for you. It feels as if maybe things have been a little scattered, a little maybe more in your head than in your heart lately, or just basically so busy you haven't had time to think and be in touch with yourself. And this is an opportunity for you to use this guidance to get yourself grounded again, get back in touch. Literally go outside and step, on the earth. And maybe if you live in a rural area, put your feet in the dirt or in the sand if you're at the beach, or, just, sit with your back against a tree. Just feel the power of the earth itself. You could do your meditations there, or just sit quietly for 15 minutes and just feel that sort of realigns us, literally, so that we can, garner the power that we have in our souls and move forward. I know myself, when I tend to get scattered, I don't meditate regularly, and I get too busy, and then the more I don't, the more scattered I feel. So it's really important for me to find that practice, even if it's 10 minutes a night in the bath or whatever, where I can just sort of shut everything off, shut all the thoughts out, or at least not let them take over my body, because the thoughts can get us really tense. So at this time, Virgo, we're going to talk about getting grounded and getting reconnected to your true alignment. Okay. Starting point is the Harmony card. Yeah, head and heart. You need to become more, realigned again. Sorry for that orb. It's like really just the flash on my camera. Harmony between your mind and your soul. And this is a nice starting point, because this is kind of in line with the grounding card. It's asking you to kind of take pause and make sure you have alignment within before you go out into the world and tackle the world. Okay, so internally, this left side are internal awarenesses, and the right side are external. And internally, in support of this card of harmony, I pulled conditioning. So this talks about the lion that grew up around with the sheep and just thought he was a sheep for most of his life, until he was taking a sip from the pond and he saw a lion looking back at him. And he was actually in shock. He had sort of a personal crisis, thinking, what do you mean I look like this? I thought I looked like the rest of the people I'm hanging out with. I thought I was not much different, and it looks like they see me as very different, right? And this is an internal thing. This is an internal energy. So this is asking you to align yourself and see yourself in alignment with your truest way of being, so that and then let that show up in your external world as well. It's just more of the, especially next to the harmony card, it's more of that sort of energy of alignment, instead of, say, acting as if, taking action that is going to satisfy others. Now, that's not a bad thing, but if that's your motivation, that's you're missing a step. You're not grounded in who you are, and you're not acting according to your own personal alignment and what's best for you. So if you feel that that's happening a little bit more for you lately than you'd like, then definitely, retreating, getting grounded, more meditation, more alignment, head, heart, and, your root chakra as well. That will set you back on your path, right? On your right way of being. And then externally, in your external world, you begin to learn to trust this. You trust that process of who I am deep, deep inside is the most important way for me to go about and make decisions in my life. That's the most important motivator, is, I'm going to take this action. Does that feel in alignment with who I am? Does that feel right? Now, I'm not saying, never do anything that isn't, because we're humans, and sometimes we have to do stuff that, is like, for me, some of the rules at the school that my girls go to, I'm just not in alignment with a lot of these rules. There's a lot of rules, and it's almost like they're being stifled a little, or they're not. I know they have to have order, so I go along with it, but I think a lot of the rules are dumb, right? But I encourage my daughters to follow them because they're there for a reason, right? Even though it doesn't feel the best, right? Or whatever. So that's what I'm talking about. There is compromise as human beings, but mostly are we guided by our internal alignment, or are we guided by external expectations? And this is where what you're learning to do more and more, Virgo, is be trusted by that be guided by that internal alignment, and then trusting the outcome, trusting that it will land on the proper people. Maybe others will think, what are you doing? You're doing this out of left field. You shouldn't be acting that way, or whatever. I'm getting overly dramatic about it for no reason, but sometimes our actions aren't received as we'd like them to be. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. And that's okay. That's okay. You can trust that if you're behaving from an authentic place and taking action from an authentic place, it is right. And even if others don't receive it well, that's okay. Everyone doesn't have to be on board, right? Okay, the pivotal card, this trunk card, this whole spread is called the tree. I kind of made it up, but the trunk here is the pivot card to get you to the next level of awareness. And this is an important energy to master. And I pulled Beyond Illusion. So this is talking about, well, first of all, metamorphosis, transforming into and expressing out as your truest self, depicted by the butterfly. It's also a card that relies on intuition. That third eye is lit up there. But it's talking about how, so let's go back to a situation where maybe you acted because you thought others expected you to do or say a certain thing, but it really wasn't in line with what you wanted. Well, that's the illusion I'm talking about. What others need or think shouldn't be your first consideration, right? Because I know as humans, we want to feel accepted, and we want to be, we don't want to make waves, but sometimes just your truest form of self-expression is the best way forward. And you'll realign yourself with it as you get this grounding energy. You'll realign with, this is where I'm coming from. This is what is needed for me in order to go forward, not what others need, right? And then the energies of, whether you're accepted or not, or whether people receive it or criticize or whatever, that all irons itself out in the long run, as long as you're staying authentic. So this illusion of will I be accepted or not is just that. And you can operate beyond that. You can operate from a deeper place. Okay? The next level of awareness up here, we have success, moment to moment, and completion. I love it. And then at the top is understanding. Wonderful. So mastering these energies here, mastering that ability to know I need to get grounded before I take action. It's much better if I'm acting from an authentic place. And how others see me is less important than if I'm in alignment with how I see me, right? That's the most important thing. That leads to success. This could be an external success in your work or in your relationships, but it could also just mean that sense of accomplishment within yourself, that sense of, yes, I'm acting in a way that is true to my inner spirit, and that in itself is success, right? But you may feel the very satisfying energies surrounding that if you begin to act, from this grounded space within you and deep within. And maybe these are energies you don't always share with others. You're learning to settle more into the moment. You're learning because that harmony comes from staying right over your feet, right here in alignment with where I am. This figure's walking down the river. His eyes are closed. He's not looking down, and he's taking the next step and just knows he will be supported. The boulder will show up. The next boulder, the next step he needs, the support is there. And this is what you're guiding, you're getting yourself, starting with the grounding, because that's the ultimate support there. You're mastering this. You're getting that, yeah, you know what? I can do things that maybe are a little off kilter to others, but they're right for me, and it will work out, no matter what. And in your external world, mastering that and feeling that sense of abundance and success, and knowing that, I will remain grounded, and everything will be intentional, every action that I take, that's going to give you that sense of accomplishment, the sense of completion. Yeah, I've mastered this. I can look back upon my life several years and see a time when I wasn't in alignment and I was acting out of somebody else's expectations for me. It didn't resonate through my soul. It didn't feel as good. It could be something just so minor, just like if you have a friend that says they like it when you wear blue, and then you wore blue, but it's not your favorite color. It could be something really minor like that. But once you're in alignment with your most authentic self, that's where the ease comes. That's where the success comes. And that's where your sense of, fulfillment comes. And then the apex of this reading, or the top of the tree, or the overall insight into it, is this understanding card. So you're gaining a better sense that we all belong. There is no barrier. See, if you see these bars separating these doves, they're an illusion. There really is no barrier separating you from you, or you from others. The energies that we all carry blend together. And if you can just get that, I'm on my path, I'm doing my thing, I'm feeling grounded in who I am, and those who are in that same energy field and feel that same sense of authenticity, they will gather to me. That's the circle that I will create, because I'm being authentic, right? And those who don't align with it will be more on the fringe of my life, and that's okay. That's okay, because they're on their own journey, they're on their own path. So you'll feel more of a sense of, yeah, you know what? It's all good. Everyone who needs to be, in my path is there. It's all good. So, dear Virgo, I hope that you gain some insight from this reading. It's really good to be back. I'm sorry I was gone so long. Um, and I hope that I'm going to be back again very soon, within the next few weeks. It's been a crazy time, but I can do it. I can do crazy things. I can do it all. I think. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.